What is up, 88 molars? It's me, Among Us Quang Brother Blaster with...
Wagon Fruit, what up?
And we got a special guest today. Again, introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Vinny the Winnie.
Yeah, Vincent the Winston is here this week to talk about Baby
Hell
Dib.
yeah.
And we got probably the most batshit crazy week of Baby Division so far.
This week was filled with like tragedy and just like story progression. It was beautiful.
I don't know, I feel like this is just every week for me when I watch these replays.
This one was like exceptionally bad. Maybe it'll keep getting worse.
If I had to pick one word to describe this week, it would be frustration.
Yeah.
Because almost all of
Maybe
these
a bit of
games made me very mad.
Yeah, there
Agony's
are
a good
some.
one too. Alright, but enough about introductions. We gotta get into these games. And the first game that happened was McGut versus Chickadee. The first of many very frustrating games. Now, I'm gonna look at the team quick to see if
Yeah, you have any observations about their brings? I have one.
McGut's
I
team is
also have
broken,
one.
so like he could bring whatever. What did Chickadee not bring? Chickadee didn't bring the G King.
Yeah.
That's a little weird.
Yeah, I will say
That's not
one
that
is
unreasonable in this matchup, though.
They're like, that's not the most crazy. The one thing that I saw was the reason that the Lilligant coming here, which was very interesting to me, because you kind of need the Terrifier for Scissor, but then that leaves you in a spot where you're walled by the Arcanine. And
You'll see that
overall,
later.
I mean, I
think maybe like a
Lilligant-
Terra ground set could have worked, but then there's another grass type as well on the bench.
Yeah.
You'd have to get
Cool.
really creative. I think the only like thing that Lilligant should like supply this matchup is Sleep Powder, and that's it.
I agree. It should 100%.
Oh, well, it
Service-
definitely clicks Sleep Powder.
Yeah, it definitely does do that. There's also a Staraptor that he said that he had trouble with in prep, but he didn't bring his Hippo, which actually takes 2 Scarf Terra Normal.
Well, he did bring the Iron Hands.
Double Edges.
I personally, I would have put the Hippo in that Lilligant slot is what I would.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Iron Hands can kind of take, what is it? Fucking, what's it called? Staraptor hits, especially since I think he made a Terra this week. Hallelujah. Thank you, McGut.
It can maybe take 2 total if it's like a good spread. But
Yeah, and it is a good
Raptor's
spread, because he's good.
Terra, so it's like really hard.
He's the best.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I
okay,
think
let's...
there was something
Is there anything else?
Chickadee
To
didn't bring out of it.
thing?
I don't know.
I think Chickadee didn't bring anything super weird, except maybe like maybe he
It's
could have
a little-
brought Gastrodon.
It was
Yeah, I was
like
gonna say, I think the Gastrodon over the Arcanine looks more normal. But
Yeah,
the Arcanine ends up
but I-
coming in useful.
The Arcanine was useful because he brought the Lilligant,
Yep.
but
that was-
alright. Enough
so-
lollygagging.
It's so hard to find criticism when it worked in this one specific situation.
Yeah, it works. Well, we
Yep.
could say that about Ant's game last week.
Yeah.
Alright, we gotta get into the game because we've been
Well-
talking for about 15 hours. And by that I, mean 3 minutes.
I would like to say, this is my game of the week.
This is you fucker. You clearly just watched the first game and said, they can't
No,
be better
I
than this one.
Yup,
I
this
did
is the
watch
game.
all of them. I did watch all of them. Just this one had a wonderful ending, and the Lilligant and the gameplay around the Lilligant was just too powerful.
It was pretty powerful. So you got the
Alright.
epic lead Urshifu versus lead Greg. And this is where the Arcanine comes really in handy because it's annoying to the
Immediately-
Shifu.
I just want to say, immediately from that calc, you should know that that thing is not banded and it's probably scarfed because it stayed in on Grand.
Yeah.
That'll be relevant later, I think.
Is it relevant later? I actually don't remember.
If I remember correctly, it should be.
Yeah. And then the Glamora's in and it starts setting up shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to stop
Bulldoze
right here.
tag.
I want to stop right here. This Arcanine having Bulldoze is pretty epic because it's pretty epic. So point that out. Just point that out for later. But it does
Yeah,
get
it's
the
epic, yeah.
Glamora hazards up.
Mm-hmm.
Then Arcanine
Second
gets
Bulldoze.
trolled. Then Electros comes in. And Bleakman
Yeah.
Storm is a bad move.
Mhm,
And Vinny the
Bulldoze
Winnie
Ar-
joined.
Oh, I did.
Yeah,
Bull-
then it
yeah,
goes
Bull-
deeper into it.
Bulldoze Arcanine may have been come in my game this weekend. Do a
Awesome.
bad thing, but
Yeah. And then he gets Earth powered, but Scizor doesn't give a fuck.
By the way, why
Yeah,
was that
this-
not Power Gem?
I don't think this
That's
thing had
still-
Power Gem.
yeah, this is still a good Scissor set. Really seems to be split up bulky default to coming on the Glamora.
And then he
your
kills the
Tyler's.
Glamora. Then we get to the first questionable thing in the game, which is the sub Iron Hands.
This is just not a set that works because he doesn't get a priority move that matters.
Yeah, and then he
So
doesn't even
this
like
is just-
click a good move. He clicks Earthquake.
Yeah, I was gonna say if he had like Heavy Slam there, or even just Electric Stab, that could have got rid of the Valiant. Which
Yeah,
would've
I don't
been-
know what he was running Earthquake for.
I mean, that was his only other coverage move, I think, besides
Like
fighting move.
he had Fighting Move and then Earthquake. But like
Judging by
There was a G King on the bench.
I
but you
was a
could,
G
like,
King, but you could have probably just clicked Heavy Slam on that, right?
I don't
Well,
know. I feel
the
like you
thing
would just
is you-
Electric move maybe.
Yeah, I
the
feel
thing
like
is
dual
you just
stab is
shouldn't
probably
be
better.
Two attacks. You just shouldn't be 2 attacks here because I
There's
mean,
also a
sub-
Decidueye on the bench, which you kind of have to run a coverage move for.
True.
Yeah, but like the Earthquake isn't the coverage move.
Yeah, my point.
Yeah, very questionable Iron Hands. I didn't like it. But then Torn comes in and takes a fuck ton from Moonblast.
Takes a fuck ton. It's actually not like that bad.
Yeah.
That is a very thick Torn.
Yeah, and then Staraptor comes in and it's Terra
Then he-
Normal and it's Double Edge.
Yeah, it's also Scarf, and he
It's
didn't
also
really
Scarf.
he didn't think about it. But if you had a Hippo, then that would be okay.
All right, what he did right there was of what I would classify as a very interesting play. Unless if the Lilligant somehow lived a Double Edge from Terra Normal Staraptor, which I fucking doubt that it did.
Okay, well here's the thing.
Why did he not just Double Edge?
He brought
Honest-
it in, and this is Terra. So I mean, if he does
It-
that, you have to be a little bit wary.
I
maybe.
guess.
I think
The
I
thing
probably
is that
still
you-
might have clicked it. but-
I think the logic that I think is switch out is that you don't want to waste your HP killing a Lilligant because then you're in you can potentially be in priority range, or like it makes you easier to revenge, which
That-
the Staraptor does just hit and click buttons
Okay,
otherwise.
That is
But
pretty
here's
fair.
here's the thing, and here's the reason why Urshifu being Scarf is important. I mean, there's no way he runs Scarf Sucker Punch here.
There is still a Cinderace that can.
There is a Cinderace.
There
Cinderace
is, but, like,
I don't think
Like,
Cinderace is fucking-
Cinderace clicking Sucker Punch and then locking itself with a Dark type, like, kind of blows.
Mhm.
I mean, either way, it just makes the. I mean, you should probably just click here, but
But
it is a
he
Lilligant
flopped.
forcing out a Staraptor.
That's pretty
It's
awesome.
pretty funny.
And then
Yeah.
Scizor gets put to bed. I know we get some
Pretty nice.
interesting play by Chickadee.
Yeah, I
he goes
It
out.
was Eel.
I mean, it baited the Terra, so that was good, I guess. I don't know why Arcanine is not in by now.
Yeah, but then he starts clicking Acid Spray.
Yeah, the moment you see it Terrafire, you should be in Arcanine because you know Arcanine hardballs it,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he has Bulldoze, so.
and you have a
he's
sleeping
totally
mon
fine.
already. Yeah, and you have the tech data.
But luckily, there is a savior. And it's
There's
Greg.
a savior going.
Greg.
good in the-
Oh, yeah, you better run from the non-specs water shuriken that hits twice.
It was at -4.
Here's actually the part where I think
Awful.
Arcanine coming is actually very clutch.
Yeah,
'Cause
a
he-
little bit.
Kind of annihilates the Iron Hands.
It just couldn't touch, just because of this Intimidate start. Why is he sub? Why
No,
he
because this is
sub
where I think did we watch this game live? I watched this game live.
I didn't.
And I remember I was watching, I was like, why is he... then once I saw the Citrus Bear, I realized I think he's sub Belly Drum.
Yeah, but why is he sub Belly Drum on Iron?
I don't know. It's not even Drain... It was Drain Punch, actually. I don't know what he was doing. But God... Don't do that.
Like, it gets you down to 25, and you're slow as hell, and you have no priority move. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't really work. Unless you really think that they're gonna stay in on with something that, like, can't break a sub, which is very
Yeah.
unlikely.
Or if you're going like Terra, which you didn't because you brought the Lilligant. Maybe like a Terra sub Iron Hand, sub Belly Drum Iron Hands could work if like you get the Terra right, but
And your sub tanks the hit.
yeah, it might not. Gulp. Alright, but yeah, there's also this Arcanine is play rough because it's Urshifu
hmm
and it does no damage.
But like, Arcanine even coming for Urshifu is like weird because you just crits through it.
Yeah,
Really
and then
intimidating.
he lowers his
I
attack.
mean, the
even
thing
more.
is, he is a little bit more scared of the fighting spam than the Wicked Blow spam.
yeah,
Because this is
I
a
guess
pretty
so.
offensive team, but Wicked Blow lets his Greninja and his Valiant come in for free.
yeah.
I guess so.
And then he goes Lilligant.
On the
Once again, the
Arcanine.
Lilligant coming into the Arcanine, and
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. And then this
he
happens.
switches.
That was insane play in the head.
I
kind
don't
of just don't know
understand.
what's going through either player's
And
head.
this is where he gets sacked. And then Staraptor comes in, and now he's poisoned. But then he needs double edge.
Those are
No, he
double
gets the
edge.
kill.
Now he
And now
gets the kill.
this is where fucking being Scarf and most likely not having Sucker Punch comes in. Because right now you can just click double edge and get your damage, but what ends up happening is just way more suboptimal. And it
Yeah,
just kinda-
I feel like it.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
It might have tanked the sucker though. Is the thing as well, even if it was banded. But then even then, if it's sucker, then you get a free Greninja. Is the thing.
That is
And
also
then-
the thing.
And then you either kill the Shifu or you force them into the Cinderace.
Instead, Chickadee does a very losing play by sacking his Arcanine that the Cinderace probably can't beat.
Yeah, and then if you play it, he just goes back.
Yeah.
He just goes
And then he
back
just
into
fucking
the
goes to Staraptor and clicks
Doesn't
double edge,
cage.
and it doesn't kill, but like...
Yeah.
Wait, oh yeah, you clicked double edge. Why didn't you?
I
click
feel like
cage?
bashing in the Staraptor could have been better too in general.
I don't
earlier.
think it mattered. I think the double edge was... I don't care. I don't care. Alright, and then he clicks Water Shuriken, this thing's dead.
This last turn is
And then his last turn is a little
Uh-oh.
unfortunate.
I don't know.
Ah,
Oh,
no! It would have been really
Oh,
funny if the
jeez.
Cinderace missed the high jump kick.
jeez. That would have been
true.
awesome.
Alright, I don't understand how this is your game of the week.
Okay, it's just so many bad things happen in this game. Like, and what we were saying, Chickadee could have played that better, and probably could. He would have won that if he did what he should have, even with the Hydro Miss. But he should have won that game anyways.
Yeah, Chickadee, the Hydro Miss was unfortunate, but Arcanine should have still been alive.
Yes, it should have been full HP alive.
Yeah, it should have. Well, it wasn't at full, but it was close to full. You should have just double edged, then go Water Shuriken, and then.
Well, it was full before he would have went into the. Yeah, it was at 95
yeah.
or 92.
So a bit of a fumbling from Chickadee. Very sad. Very unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, he did miss the Hydro though. I mean,
The Hydro
like,
Miss sucks, but the Arcanine sack was worse.
Yeah,
but-
I mean, but like, even if he should have won, I just don't understand why Muttman was so scared of the Terra Staraptor in prep, and then he just didn't bring his Fizzwall.
He brought his Fizzwall, but it just didn't run at FizzDev.
Well, no, his Fizzwall is Hippo.
Dude, the
He didn't
Fizzwall is
bring it.
also the Fizzwall is also definitely
Okay, well, that's not-
Iron Hands is so physically bulky, dude.
It is, but it doesn't run it like that. It doesn't
Yeah,
have
well,
coverage.
you could.
I mean, he also let the Glamora go down really early.
Yeah.
Which, if you were
That's
that
true.
scared, you would keep your Rezas to it.
That's also true. He would also have Power Gem. I don't know why he didn't have Power Gem.
We don't know.
Versus Staraptor.
Yeah, it was a bit sad. Very unfortunate.
So I'm guessing
that
he
was
didn't have, he didn't click it on Scizor.
yeah, it was a great little game we had. Bicut is now 3-0. Although I don't know if you should have been 3-0 after this week.
I don't know. I think more than half the players should not have won their game.
All right. Is there anything else you have to say about this one?
No, I think most of the issue was in prep, and then like the end was in play, and then like the Lilligant shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
There was so much weird shit going on.
Too much silly.
Too much silly going on. Tone down the silly.
All right. Then we're gonna move on to the next game, which was Aurora Boros versus Matrona, and surprise, surprise, this is my game of the week actually.
Really?
Yeah, I think this was the game. This is the only game that happened this week that did not frustrate me from the sides of both players.
Okay.
Because as you will see, I think Aurora Boros actually prepped and played this pretty well.
I will have something to contest that.
Well, I don't
in
care.
like a little later, but yeah.
I think
overall, or
I think this was I think this was the best
prep it all right.
play that anybody had all week, besides the 6-0 that happens later, which is like, I don't want to talk about a 6-0.
I don't know.
6-0s are
I'm just
boring.
tired. I'm just tired of people losing to a Magnezone.
Yeah, but before we start, anything that looks like off, I think Aurora Boros brought all their good mons.
I think Aurora definitely brought fine mons.
I
think maybe-
Matrona didn't bring the Lando Eye again.
Yeah, that's like this
Yeah.
was the Lando I debut matchup if he was gonna have one.
I mean, there shouldn't be a Lando Eye matchup being needed. It should just come to almost every week, unless it doesn't, unless there's
Yeah.
some horrible matchup. And this Lando Eye has not come once.
Yeah.
You brought the Meow at least. This is
Meow
the Meow
finally
debut.
came. Yippee! This is
For
like
some
this is like an
fucking
okay
reason.
Meow matchup. So it could be
But yeah.
better.
Yeah. I also just Aura's team doesn't have a great Volcanion like matchup if he's like really scared of getting burned.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I think that Oro, the fact that he didn't bring the Mesprit into, I mean, it doesn't not necessarily. He could have brought the Enamorus instead as well. Just something that can immediately switch into the Landorus. Because I will say the Enamorus also does look pretty good here.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately,
A bit.
well, actually, not unfortunately. Luckily, the Landers decided not to show up today. But I think it's time. I think it's time to get into the game.
Yeah.
Got Samurott and Urshifu Rapid. That's not a favorable matchup for you.
Yeah. So he U-turns here.
Into
Through
Heatran, which
this was bizarre.
this
but
was
after-
bizarre. But when you
after
look at the rest of the team, what are you gonna do?
After look at that. But I mean, you can go to Roaring Moon and Earthquake, but the main thing is, I think Oro had a game plan with this Magnezone, and he noticed that there's no Lando. So if he removes his Volcanion, then there's nothing in the way of his Mag. So
Yep.
he kind of takes this risk where he's kind of baiting the Volcanion to stay in and trying to chip it, and it kind of works.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
this
it
was.
is a- it
I
is
don't
a-
think this was.
I think you
It's
could
an
go
insane
about
play,
this
but
way
it's not
safer.
the best.
And he gets the rocks.
He has a rock,
Yeah,
so
he saw his leftover, so I actually don't disagree with that either.
and he gets chip on the Volk, and
That-
Steam Eruption miss, which is
Yeah, that
clutch.
That was just super.
Oh,
cool.
but then but then you switch
I mean,
and you get burned.
it clearly looked like the Heatran was like willing to fucking sack itself for Volcanion.
Yeah,
Yeah, you could have just hit with the
makes sense.
Heatran, then went to the Shifu that does not have a CC resist afterwards.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a
Yeah.
blunder, but it
Okay,
gets
well,
better
that's-
very
that's CC
soon.
resist.
Nah,
Yeah,
it doesn't
but-
get better right now though.
Not right now.
Not right
But
now.
basically,
Urshifu's
the
dead.
main goal is this Volcanion needs to die, and then the Mag can pop off.
Yeah, and then the Volcanion dies. Volcanion lost to Heatran.
He needed that thing to still be alive to have a special attack.
And here comes Magnezone, who eats a fucking Sacred Sword. But then here we go. No, we don't. I lied.
Yeah, no.
You double out the Spectre,
yeah.
which is actually really good, I think.
Is that Specs? That's Specs damage.
I don't know actually.
That Draining Kiss. Because this
It
is
is
a free
super
shot.
effective.
I don't think it is.
And here comes Garg, and he stays in. I think that might be sex.
I think that might be Sex, dude.
That might be sex, dude.
That might be Sex,
Dude.
Okay, this is
It's
all
Donphan.
just mid game
This
stuff.
is just mid-game stuff. Donphan comes in and doesn't click Rapid Spin.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the boring mid-game. Sorry.
Yeah.
But he plays
Okay, I
Vine
actually
Trick.
don't mind Donphan staying in on that, just because if he can kill Meow there,
Yeah.
Magnezone can get his rest off. So
Mhm. and Sturdy is also a thing, and you're
Yeah,
not gonna
so-
die.
so had he clicked Fire Trick and like ended up killing this thing, that was like the perfect time for Magnezone to come in. And I hope that he saw that, but like that was like that would have won the
Well,
game there.
we don't know
Yeah.
that the Meow is choice locked, so if it wouldn't kill the Donphan's bounty into Ice Shard, no matter what.
Well,
it
I meant
clicks.
if the Meow stayed in instead of
Yeah,
you
I'm saying
turning out.
Yeah, if it clicks either Flower Trick or Knockoff, and it's gonna kill the Donphan at 2 hits, but it's dying to combo Body Press plus Ice Shard, no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you also, even if it doesn't, you could risk it knocking off your Chesto Berry.
Yeah. So I think staying with Donphan is always the play because you could win without it. I think.
I mean, I don't remember who was rest talk as well as the Chesto. So
Yeah. So Decidueye is dead. Samurott
it-
comes back,
It wasn't.
and then
specified,
Heatran is sacked.
which is
Goal.
good.
Uh-oh. Magnezone comes
Here comes
in.
beautiful Mag.
This is where things get awesome.
Yeah.
Terra fighting.
That would have.
So that would not have mattered. And then he's Resto,
Mm-hmm.
Chesto. And this I think was
Awesome.
really good prep. Because then he busts out the iron.
It
defense.
was. Imagine if there was a Lando though.
Imagine if there was a Lando though.
That's my only rebuttal.
That's the counterpoint.
Yeah,
he knew.
that
he
prep-
knew.
Having that prep into Lando is interesting.
Yeah,
Maybe
the
he
flower
scouted out that he
trick.
hasn't brought the Lando once yet, though.
Yeah.
And then the
that's-
flower trick doesn't kill.
Okay. Actually, hold on. Pause you here. So this Magnazone's at 50%, right? He has Sacred Sword. The way he kills it is Sacred Sword plus Flower Trick, right?
Yeah.
Imagine if he had sacked the Samurott instead of the Meow. I feel like there is still a way to win this.
Well, there's still a full health Roaring Moon.
There is, but Meow outspeeds. So it's like there's still like a chance. And there's still
As an
also-
Spectre.
I do think Meow kind of has to be the mon to do it because it does. I don't know if it's locked, but also Samurai. We know Samuratt's locked based on what he's playing in. It can't lock in to move to win here. But the thing is, if he goes Samurott, he could potentially try and rest on it to see what it locks into and then double out on it.
Yeah. Alright, but
And,
anyway,
guess
and it
so.
turns into like a longer game that we don't know how it plays in.
Yeah.
yeah, and then here
I
comes.
mean, it's still very likely in Oro's
yeah.
favor.
I think Aura's still in a good spot because they just have the numbers advantage.
Yeah.
But anything can happen. And then no, Magnazone.
This here, you 100% always have to click Sacred Sword.
Yeah,
even
this
if
was,
it switches.
this was the throw of the game.
Even if it switches into Spectre, it comes back in without the boost, and it's gonna be like one hit, literal, because of the hazards.
Yeah, Sacred Sword was just. The
And you have your Spectre counter in the back still.
Yeah,
So-
you still have the thing that beats Spectre. Yeah,
When
I don't
there-
know.
when there's
Yeah,
a full
clicking
health
Aqua
guard,
Cutter.
I always have faith in the game still going on.
Clicking Aqua Cutter here was definitely the throw, and I don't think you can win out. You're kind of shit down a shit creek, shit in a shit.
Yeah, talk to him. Yeah, so now
He's
Terra Ground, by the way.
maybe
I
he
don't
was
know
good
what
in
that
the
was
matchup.
for.
Maybe it was for the fucking Magnazone.
Well, actually, he didn't bring a ground resistance, so I
Yeah.
don't know. Maybe it was just like offensive guard or something.
Well, by the way, Magnazone's about to go hard.
He back
I mean,
hard.
the thing about ground here is that, like, it doesn't have, at least it doesn't have any like major weaknesses to anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's good for Heatran.
I mean,
and then
there's
it
a
didn't
sheet
even
for
kill.
Rapid.
And he didn't bring his ground type, so it covers that.
Alright, I like this game a lot. I really think that the Magnazone was... I think the Magnazone was just really well played. Even if the Urshifu wasn't. Not gonna lie, the Urshifu was not very well played.
Yeah,
Do better in the future.
I think the Heatran was fine. I think this Magnazone set would just not have been nearly as successful if the Lando came.
Yeah, but
So-
Ouroboros
just-
knew that the Lando was not coming.
Yeah.
I
so that-
think like his other answers to the set, like the Zoro and the Azelf, likely shouldn't come looking at matchup. Like Zoro maybe, but Azelf looks really bad here. But the Lando should be there, and I think that would definitely have murked that set.
Yeah,
And he didn't bring a Lando counter, so
he did not
Metrono's
bring...
just
The Lando
trying to-
counter was Air Balloon Heatran. And
Yeah.
Ice Shard Donphan.
for real.
Metrono's just obsessed with his Hisuian mons right now.
Yeah, which like they're
He's gotta
fun.
get out of his Hisuian phase.
But you gotta use the good guys.
Mhm.
Bring the
There's a reason
Lando.
Lando's
The
18.
Lando kills this entire team in like one hit.
So good job to Aurora. That was a nice prep.
Yeah, I think the Magnazone was really good. I think everything, but the Urshifu was played pretty well.
Metrono's just gotta bring the Lando and things
Yeah.
will change.
And then the Heatran play against the Volcanion was actually worked out a lot better than it should have.
I mean, if there was a Lando, I maybe he wouldn't have played it like that.
I think if there was a Lando, then he would have played it differently. I think like he would have maybe I actually don't know what you would have done against the
I think
Volc.
the way that he played the Heatran was fine. He should have committed to it harder and
Yeah.
not wimped out the moment that he's like, oh, I can save this because it missed the steam for.
Yeah, I think having the I think maybe he expected them to switch out the Volk.
I mean, that happened off of momentum on Aurora's side. So if he wanted to, he could have just gone to Roaring Moon, but he went for the Heatran sacrifice
Yeah.
instead. So if there was a Lando and the Magnazone didn't instantly win, he definitely would have just gone Roaring Moon,
Yeah,
and it would have been fine.
because Roingman's broken.
Yeah, and I mean, he just resists the stabs and hits EQ, and he's fine. I don't even know what item it was.
Alright, is there anything else to say about my favorite game of all time?
I can't believe this is your game, Lee.
Okay, did you watch the other games?
I did.
This one impressed me. I was
Okay.
like, damn.
Oh, okay.
We got something
if
here.
If we're going to,
Because the funny games this week just made me mad.
Yeah, but those have a those deserve game of the week for a different reason.
Yeah, well, I think this
They're not
this
totally
time
invalidated.
I thought about it. Like, you know, I'm actually gonna give game of the week to the game that made me impressed the most. I'm changing my morals in the middle of the season.
I'm not, and my game of the week is gonna be the one that emotionally attached itself to me the most.
Okay, there's 3 that could apply to, and it might be the next one, which
Let's see,
was Joey Jokes
Oh, yeah.
versus
This is my game of the week.
Wesley backwards Yelsu.
This is my game of the week. This one,
Ugh.
this one, he just kept stabbing me in the chest, and he just wouldn't stop. But I was never dying.
Dude, this is the rage game of the week.
This was me raging at my computer while Joey Joke starts clicking all the
This is
buttons.
us raging at our computers.
Yeah. This was a tough one. I helped Joey prep a little bit, but like basically, like literally, he made the build, like basically entirely on his own. I just gave him an Arcanine Terra type and told him to put boots on both Arcanine and Dirge. Other than that, he made the entire build himself.
Yay!
I think
Good job,
that
Joseph.
I'm looking at it. The only mon I would see that maybe you could argue coming over one of the other mods is the Hoopa. Because
Yeah.
offensively, Hoopa does look pretty good.
Yeah, I just told I told him that he probably shouldn't, just because.
There are a lot of mons on the other team that do click U-turn.
Yeah, and I think it
And
would have got caught at some point.
Yeah, and it's kind of has to fight between going Scarf and like going for a non-locked-in set,
Yeah.
then being slow.
Yeah, and if you'll remember from last week's video, I said that Yelsu needs to click pivot moves more often, and you'll see I may regret actually saying that. As
Yeah,
you'll see.
his top
Don't
6 do that
spoil it
pretty
yet.
well.
Don't spoil it yet.
No, I haven't seen. I don't remember this week. I'm saying
Okay.
his top 6 quick pivot moves pretty well.
Yeah, they do.
And the Sylveon and the
And the
Bell.
Sylveon. And everything.
Yeah.
And
Everything with the bronze
literally
on.
every mon here can run a pivot move.
Yep. So the only thing I would change about Wesley's team is I think Toxtricity doesn't do that well into Dirge plus Garchomp, so he should have brought the Zapdos instead. But I mean, if he guesses right with the Toxtricity, he can still do work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say I think the Zapdos matchup is pretty good. It should have come.
Yeah.
It's much easier to play than the Toxtricity is the thing. Otherwise, yeah, I do agree that I think it's fine.
Hey. Okay, let's watch the game.
Yippee!
Okay, we got Iron Treads versus Wochian. And this Wochian is gonna wow you this game.
Oh wow!
Let me fucking tell you what this Wochian is gonna do to you. Ugh.
So I did talk to Joey Jokes. You can keep playing. I talked to Joey Jokes. I said if there's a Toxtricity, she should consider going with Terra Ground Arcanine in this matchup, but
Yeah.
it didn't end up being a problem because Arcanine didn't even come out while Toxtricity was like healthy at all. He immediately took a strong ass knockoff and took 50%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's handled it well
It's
so
like
far.
boom burst.
I will say little slightly off topic, but there is a week 4 game happening right now.
I don't
between
care.
Aqua
I don't
and-
care. It's
I
a
don't give a
secret.
fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
I'm
You have to
not.
watch the next week's video if you want to find out, or just fucking join the
pissed.
server.
Yeah, do that.
I'm
It
not
will
linking you
not be
again.
linked. It's not linked.
Dude, Vinny the
It's
Winnie
still
joined again.
not.
I
Stop joining.
did.
Oh, I get it. And then he clicks full switch.
Mhm.
Which is like definitely the move.
And I mean, there's just so much chip going on Yelsu's
Yeah.
side.
I
It
will
was
say.
Wochian.
Actually, wait, no.
That
No, I
was-
changed my mind. That was a good play. That was
Yeah,
a good play.
that was like okay, because now he can get his Terra out.
Yep. And you're gonna see the. Woo!
Yippee!
U-turn. And then he went back
Getting
to
the Terra out
Toxtricity.
early while there's U-turn spam going on is really important.
Yeah.
And this turn, I actually think that taking this was like fine, just because last time he went Dirge and there was no way he was ever clicking Sludge Bomb.
Yeah.
Because the other switch in also just resists Sludge Bomb.
Yeah. Although he could have gone
Well,
Garchomp.
What I don't like is what follows with his play with the Wochian, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Then he comes Sylveon, and then he switches into this, and then Arcanine resists. That does a fuck ton.
That does too much, by the way.
That does a fuck ton.
hmm
And it also clicks Psyche.
That does just right.
Yeah, that
right.
is an offensive Sylveon. If I've ever
Yeah,
seen
and then
one.
unfortunately for Yelsu, the Arcanine
So-
is not choiced.
Yeah, so at this point, I think the game should be like handily in Joseph's favor here. Like it should not, like, if Joey plays it fine, it should not be possible to bring it back. I think there's just not enough resources anymore. Everything got super chipped.
Yeah, but as you'll see,
as you'll
dreams do come true.
Joey Jokestar goes on like the biggest choking spree that I've ever seen, and it's
Alright, so first this Zerd
makes
comes
me really
in,
sad.
and then Wo-Chien pulls up.
First of all, this Wo-Chien is like the biggest answer to this Polt at this point, and he is just throwing it in on the Zarude that in the mock that I gave him was like the way to break this Wo-Chien.
Yeah, but luckily he does get bailed by something incredible. When the Zarude clicks U-turn for no reason.
If he just clicked power up there and this died, the Dragapult had a really good chance of winning this game still.
And then the Shreds comes in. And then Joey Jokes does a smart maneuver of protecting for the extra leftovers. Even though this thing doesn't have Iron Head.
I will say, Joey Jokes, he does have the Sneasler.
Yeah, oh wow, well that's a very different issue.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we'll get into that a bit later.
Just looking at the Zarude, if you're saying that he needs to save the HP, then he has another one that he can't be using, which also forces in the Dragapult.
Yeah, but yeah.
He also has an Arcanine that doesn't do anything else of use at this point.
Yeah.
Because everything either outspeeds or is a Sylveon at like 3.
Yeah, so then the Zarude comes in, and then Rotom dies.
Rotom just dies.
Oh yeah, Rotom's death is the product of that whole sequence where he was
and then
trying
he goes,
to switch around to save the Arcanine. He could have just sacked it.
Okay, you were talking over what I thought was the funniest play of the entire game. So the Rotom dies. Rotom dies, whatever. And then he goes Skeledirge to bait the Garchomp and get all the chip that he needs.
He
could have just gone Chomp.
Yeah, even if he wants to go for the Chomp, he could have just straight went to the Chomp.
You know what else he could have done?
Just
went Sneasler.
He could have just gone Sneasler.
Go Sneasler.
Joey! Joey Jokes, what are you doing?
Joey MF Jokestar.
Joey MF Jokestar, what are you doing, bro?
At this point, it's basically a 2-on-3, just because Arcanine doesn't do anything.
Yeah, it's basically it's a 2-on-3, but
it's
not over yet.
Okay, it's a good lead from there.
Feels itself to be Life Orb.
You have a pretty free Leech Seed, but it isn't clicking.
It doesn't click. But he does click it now.
And then now he starts going on the biggest choking spree I've ever fucking seen.
Don't do this.
The biggest answer to this fucking Dragapult is this Wo-Chien at 50%, and he stays in on the treads. This like live made me want to pull my hair out. This was.
It made me want to pull your hair out.
I was pulling everyone's hair out from various places.
Yeah, it was quite messed up.
It's kind of gross.
It's quite a twisted.
What percentage health is this Dirge at right now?
It's at 71.
Yeah, I think that's in Shadow Ball range.
Yeah.
So,
well, at that point, it's just hope the Sneasler takes a hit.
Yeah.
Which
this was like huge choke. If at that point a Draco Meteor landed into that Sneasler, like without the special attack drops, the game was fucking wraps.
Yeah. But luckily, Joey Jokes clutches by going for Leech Seed again.
He keeps going. Okay.
Yeah, I will say at this point, I think for
this,
Leslie,
what happened right here though? Yeah, at this point you should just switch out.
Yeah, I mean you need the Leech Seed health now.
And you probably go into the Sylveon as a switch out.
Because you don't want to fucking go Pulse. Joey Jokes can Terra Blast for no reason.
On the off chance he makes a play that makes no sense.
That's true. Alright, and then he stays in, which is the choke from Wesley backwards.
Now you are out of range of anything Pult can do, so you should switch out, but he doesn't.
He doesn't.
He took EQ there. He clicked Terra Blast. Alright.
Uh-oh. But luckily we're saved. Because he just goes Pult,
Protect,
and he clicks Shadow Ball. And we already know that Shadow Ball does nothing.
Yeah. This is never gonna kill. He gets his Terra Blast off.
He's wrong!
He doesn't kill, but he gets him to Life Form and the game's over.
Yeah.
This was just like big chokage from both players. And
and shout out to saving the fucking Wo-Chien diff.
Yeah. Shout out to now sacking the Arcanine instead of 30 turns ago.
Hey,
When,
who
yeah,
kills
when,
it?
when the Arcanine that started that entire sequence of pain, when you could have just sacked it.
Mhm.
Oh my
And then he finally goes
Was-
to Sneasler.
That was like watching this live was actually like the worst.
You know,
And that's why it's my
you
game
know
of the
what
week.
would have been worse is if he went into the Wochien on the Iron Shreds, and instead
Oh,
of
yeah.
or the Skeletors, and he clicked Rapid Spin,
You know
he
what-
literally could have lost.
Oh my god,
I'm
you know
just-
what the fucking craziest thing is? After the game, Joey motherfucking Jokestar asked me at the end, should I have gone to Wochien for the Wochien kill diff? And I was like, if that thing clicked Rapid Spin and cleaned you, I would have killed myself.
Okay, a little violent there,
No,
but
I-
I do agree.
no,
I
that's
would have
what-
killed you as well.
I would have killed everyone than myself.
Yeah,
I'm just happy that Joey got a win finally.
he gotta win.
I
will
also
say
am really
it-
happy about
The
that.
chokes are over.
But I think this is like his worst played game, and that's the one he wins.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, he played the early game well enough to secure his victory, but like that was like, oh my god.
yeah. I also will say I think Wesley I took my advice about clicking pivot moves a little too hard. I think you should have clicked less.
Well, he actually didn't really take our advice because he didn't click the instant pivot.
You
moves.
didn't
He was-
click. You didn't click them at the right time. Is the problem? For like the
Yeah,
most
I mean-
part, like when you U-turned on the Wochien, I feel like you could have power whipped and it probably would have died.
Yeah, and then you would have maybe won the game. Very likely won the game because Polt was really strong there.
Yeah, Polt wins.
I think
broken.
a big part of Wesley's thing is his team is like ready to take on long-term games, and then he's taking huge chunks of chip early, and it's really setting his team back.
Yeah, try to
so,
play
like,
the
he-
long game.
Yeah, the early chip on the toxicity, just taking a clean unresisted knockoff was not good, and then that into taking an unresisted Shadow Ball from Dirge on Quack, it set up for failure. If he plays it more safe and picks his opportunities more wisely, he can get his win, and it'll go fine. He also just should have brought the Zapdos, would have just done better.
Yeah, Zapdos would have been so clutch.
Yeah, Zapdos would have put a lot of pressure on that team.
Zapdos would have won him the game.
It would've-
Maybe, I don't know.
Controversial.
Controversial.
Yeah,
All right.
controversial. I mean, the Arcanine was still
Arcanine was still
alive,
pretty raw.
So, yeah,
All right. Is anyone else got anything funny to add?
I got nothing else funny.
Nope.
All
I got
right,
nothing else.
let's move on. I don't even remember. Oh, this is the ant game that
This
made me
is the
very
ant game.
disappointed.
Oh boy.
This is.
I will say, yeah, Ant did preface this saying that they were going to bring something out that they knew would win, which was the rain, and I was not ready for the rain that they brought.
They
Yeah.
said they knew they'd win. Is that what
They said they brought something out that they knew would work, or that would get them a win, or something like that.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Okay.
Let me find what they
got you.
said.
Okay. Well, I
Alright.
I want to say that I helped Frost a little with this matchup.
You did? Okay.
Yeah, I've been helping him out. I helped him out. I helped him out the week before. I might have helped him out last week. I helped him out for this week.
I will say, not only did Frost prep well this time, I think he played well. I think he played totally fine. There was like no mistakes.
Yeah.
Like,
I think
no hard
Frost
mistakes.
played this game pretty well. I think his old Yuxi set was bad, but then I told him to change it
Okay.
because his plan was to break through the Tinglu with Yuxi.
Oh, that's never gonna work.
Yeah.
That would have been funny. Update is that he did say he knows rain will work, not win.
Okay.
Okay.
And I do think, looking at it, Frost did bring the right 6 Mons. Is the first thing I noticed.
Mhm.
Yeah, the right 6 for sure. I don't know about the right sets, but we'll see.
I think that there was some potential in some of the Mons that were benched by Ant, but
Well, yeah. Well, I don't know why you're questioning
There
the
was
ant
a
prep.
there was a decent Rillaboom.
yeah, Rillaboom did kind of click.
I think
with
Rillaboom is the one thing I definitely would have brought, but like, let's let bygones be bygones and watch some
We're gonna
beautiful
let
ant gameplay.
Let Ant cook. I
Let
agree.
Ant
just let
speak
him
for
cook.
himself. So you got Thundy into Iron Bundle,
Mm-hmm.
and he dips.
Hard switch out. Good, at least considering Scarf there.
Yeah.
Had
That's
at
a fair
least
scout.
This
And not going into the Ting Lu if you're like.
This was
Someone
not a
got
good play.
I just don't know what you expect to happen here.
Yeah.
Ah! Oh, the crit does suck, but
Yeah, I mean,
And
he was
then
expecting the Ting Lu to come in just because.
Oh wait,
like,
wait, wait,
Ryu
wait,
was
wait!
in.
Here comes everyone's favorite game. What type is the Regieleki? Woo! I gotta add like a text to put on
Oh,
screen for
man.
this.
Can we like spin a wheel and like all the time?
All right, so look
If I-
look at the team that Frost bought.
If I was
What
Frost,
Regieleki would you bring?
if I was Frost, I would expect a physical ice type Regieleki. That is like the most devious Regieleki here. That's
Is
I
that
would
what we
expect.
get?
Is that what we get?
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would bring physical or special, but you do see there's a Thunderous and there is a Clodsire, so those are both weak to ice.
I would bring physical just because Anne has brought special and even specs every match so far.
Yeah, I will say I think that the thing that I do see here is that because of Thunderous being Terra with Volt Absorb, it's gonna Terra into an Ice Resist type, also into a normal Resist type, so likely Steel or something along those lines.
Right.
You could even go Water versus the team that he's
Yeah.
playing. So I don't know if Ice is the best call, but like at first
Well-
glance, Ice is the safest bet.
He can't go water just because there's a Clodsire and he's got rain, so he's never gonna.
Oh, no,
not
I'm
go
talking about
water.
the Thundy going Terra Water.
Oh yeah, got you. Okay.
As like a countermeasure. If he brings, because the Thundy with Volt Absorb into Ice Resist type is a classic Regieleki counter.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I guarantee you, all those things you're saying very logical.
Mhm.
He brought Terra Ghost.
It did save him here. I can't.
it was good in this situation.
It saved
but
him from
so was
losing to, like,
Ting Lu.
Voltingo. Yeah, it was
And he gets trolled. It's the rocks
We
up.
get the rocks.
And then here comes Ting Lu.
Here comes Big Boy.
And instead of running
Bro,
Nasty
imagine
Plot
if
Energy
this
Ball, he
dude-
U-turns out.
Imagine
I mean,
he was
I will
banned
say-
Ice Punch, dude.
I
Oh,
will
man.
say he is a Terra Uxie, and he could have brought like an Encore set that could have been like Demon.
Did you just say
Wait.
Uxie?
Uxie. What, Uxie?
He's a Terra
Like,
Uxie. It's Yuxie!
Yuxi.
It's Yuxie.
I don't care.
You're being
He's
outnumbered
he-
2-1.
I think he could have done an Encore set with the Terra that could have been cool,
Mhm.
personally. But
Oh.
that set with also going Rocks U-turn, also fine.
Well, if you want to see a cool set, there's one coming up. Alright.
Yeah.
So we gotta talk about this Pelipper. Okay, first things first. I want to point out this thing does not have Drizzle. It also isn't Boots.
It also is.
So you might be
think-
wondering, what item could this possibly be?
Hmm.
Mhm.
But let's see.
Guess in
Let's
the comments.
leave a guess in the comments and leave a timestamp. And you know what? Tell us what your favorite color is also.
Yeah.
Then he hits the Pelipper, and it's
Oh.
Rocky Helmet.
It's fucking
I
Rocky
actually
helmet.
think that the helmet isn't that bad of prep here, although it Boots is more like more reliable. The helmet isn't
Yeah.
horrible, and he did. I think the Fizz Pelipper here does check a few things, which is nice.
I mean, if he
and it
really
can-
felt
and
like
it
he
would-
needed this chip, then I mean, it was.
I will
fine.
say DNC was also good here at walling quite a few of these mons, other than the Azu.
I actually
That
think
is
I think the Mons Ant brought were good, but like the.
Yeah, they weren't horrible.
This is like, okay, the Pelipper hasn't done anything like devious yet. It's just maybe
The
he
helmet
forgot
isn't
Drizzle.
that bad.
The helmet isn't that devious.
He
It's
brought a
gonna get
helmet.
crazy in a second though.
He's getting used out of the helmet.
How's that? He
That's his
clicks
last
Roost
roost
again.
off.
He's landed. And he
here's
goes
some
Ting Lu.
devious
And this is
stuff.
something I actually told Frost to do. And he clicks Grass
Yeah.
Knot. I told him to do that. You're welcome.
You're
was a
taking
good
credit
click.
for his good play.
I'm taking
rude.
credit for his good play.
Yeah, I mean, there was no really great answer there.
Yeah.
At all.
And then he goes
Well,
to
this is
this.
nice.
I will say you can switch out after the first Grass Knot, but I don't know how much Ting Lu is gonna do at that HP.
Yeah, that it might
I
as
also
well.
don't know who's taking it.
It's really low base power versus DNC. It's like 20 BP.
It's really bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, it's
Okay.
really weak.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then
Yeah.
Clodsire comes in, and Terra Blast is fuck all.
Yeah.
So
and
here
we'll
comes-
see what the DNC has for Clodsire later.
Here comes
Oh.
Pelipper. Oh,
We get these T-Spikes
look
up.
at these rain dance, rain dish,
Oh.
stockpile, Pelipper.
Let me just say, if Stockpile was sub, it could have actually been a little annoying.
Yeah,
but-
if this was
Okay.
sub, I think it's toxic.
and now it's just you can't do anything.
Much better. Oh, but he gets confused with the
I
Clodsire.
also
Oh,
think
confused.
a-
Aw.
A U-turn Pelipper set could have been great. You U-turn on the Clotsire, and you bring in something that kills it. Except all the things that kill it are kind of dead.
Yeah, but then he goes Regieleki for some reason.
They're dead.
And he clicks Rapid Spin. That's so beautiful.
Yippee!
Yippee! Oh, you're dead!
Unfortunately, the Aleki is now going to become useless.
But here comes Iron Bundle.
Oh, yes.
And he clicks Taunt. This is actually... okay, I wanna pause right here. That is the best prep I think Ant has brought in any of his games. Taunt, Iron Bundle. That's actually really good for this specifically.
Yeah.
That was legitimately really good.
It was also decent for like, I mean, he led it, right? So I mean, if it was like a
Clodsire or a lead Yuxi, it was actually really good.
Yeah, that's nice. It's nice lead prep.
Good job, Ant. You get a gold star.
Next time, if you did that with the Pelipper, that'd be cool.
All right, well then the next turn happens. Well, ouchies.
You could have just stayed in also, so you wouldn't get poisoned at this point because your thing kind of just clicks buttons.
And then he clicks Metronome and gets Throat Chop. Oh no, no more sound moves.
And he clicks Freeze Try, and he was Yachtberry, which I think is pretty smart.
Yachi is solid, although it didn't really matter here.
I don't know.
I don't know. He does not like boots. This division does not like boots in general. Seems.
Yeah.
But like, what was it?
Good item.
It could have been some crazy
and
shit.
And Chiampao comes in, and I think Chiampao just wins from here.
Maybe he actually was just running fucking
like he doesn't
focus
like
bands that never
he's making the safe plays with the Chiampao, which I can respect.
Yeah, I mean this Pelipper was defensive, so that was not a risk in the slightest, and now the game is just over.
Game is over.
So I mean, Frost didn't make any like mistakes.
Frost didn't really make any bad plays. It's more of Ant bringing weird shit and him getting caught completely off guard by it.
I mean, he didn't really get caught off guard. I mean,
I thought the Goldengo he got caught off guard by.
Yeah, it was just the Aleki. But like, I don't know. Nothing's terrored yet. Like the Thundy isn't terrored, so you can't like. If he switches in and then like he goes for some read, that's like pretty scary. But
yeah, he didn't do that.
And I mean, the Goldengo did kill the Cresselia already, so it's not so bad.
Has Ant made a single read ever?
I don't know if Ant knows it's a two-player game yet.
It's okay. Ant's learning.
I'm not totally sure. I mean, he brought good Mons this matchup, so maybe he does.
Ant is progressing.
Yeah, he's making little improvements. I think Frost has played really well this week.
He's scaling up for the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
All he has to do is be top 8. That's all you have to do.
Yeah, and there's only 12 people, so
yeah, there's only 12 people.
Not bottom.
And one of them is our next competitor, Calico Joe.
Okay, so a little bit of fucking backstory for this.
Okay, well first we gotta introduce it. This is Calico versus the Maniac.
Yeah.
I think.
Yes.
I'm like 90% sure that's the case.
You are correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it was the Maniac.
I don't know why his name is Freeze Eye Discord.
It's raw. Anyway, go into your point.
Okay, so I helped Calico prep for like
all of his games,
the most part. But when I was looking at like back at it, I was like, if this Hisuian Electrode comes, he could be super fucked. And Calico I was like trying to get him to EV stuff for it, and then Calico was just like, he's not bringing this fucking thing. I'm running bulk.
I will.
He brought it.
The Maniac's team is something. He has, like, almost half of his team wants Terra, and and they don't have it. And he did like. It causes me pain.
Well, I get the problem is more you drafted a million things that want Terra. I think the Terra choices were fine.
Yeah, they're like probably some of the best that he can do.
Like Annihilate King Gambit is good.
Because he really can't get it. Like the only other option is doing one of your 16s and then doing Gyarados as the second Terra.
Which also isn't bad, but I think Annihilate King Gambit is better.
I think Annihilate gets the most buffed from it being Terra.
Yeah, I just don't think you should have drafted all of these ones.
Like
that's another story.
Bax doesn't need it. Volcarona is fucking broken with. I think Bax doesn't need it though. Volcarona is like fucking ridiculous with it, but like Annihilate is also ridiculous with it.
Yeah.
And King Gambit is
I'm just looking at like actual brings here and seeing if he didn't bring anything that he should.
I don't know. Maybe not liking Rock.
Calico just kind of.
I think all of his. I think his brings are pretty reasonable.
Yeah, the
although,
Electrode pulling up is clutch.
That's good prep bringing that. Like
I don't-
Calico
I
didn't
don't-
have a great answer to that.
I don't fully know what you expect to do with a non-terrible Corona here, but
Well,
I think the prep is
Yeah.
fine.
you run Will-O-Wisp and you
To
burn the
break
dragon.
this, yeah. Doubt on that being proper. Yeah, I think the 6 spawns are fine.
Don't be a hater. Let's watch the game.
Woo.
Oh yeah.
All right, I
Oh,
got lead.
Calico benching Weavile here. Could have come, to be frank. But other than that,
I did offer that he brings that over something. He's like, I'm not gonna.
there
bring
is
it.
also a Thunderous that could be good. But
Yeah.
I gave him the game plan that he should try to get T spikes up, and then if Grim starts, then he should just gunk shot it, and he did. So
That's
that's
pretty
good.
raw.
Cash comes
okay.
in.
There was the fucking Clef Key not T-Wave.
I think it was.
Well, okay, well, a Calico is strike one. Strike
I
one,
don't
Calico.
fully remember. It might have not been. I definitely encouraged that he did it.
You could
I
have
think
lost, like, right here.
I definitely encouraged him to bring T-Wave on Klefki.
Oh, wait, no, the Toxapex says haze. You couldn't have lost, but, like, it would have been, this is not
Yeah.
the right play to make.
He
Ah!
take a big chunk. Thankfully, he's
Gulp.
got regen. But yeah, this is pretty scary.
He goes Dragonite.
Goes Dragonite,
Dragonite's raw.
and then
just gonna say, imagine if this was a terrible Corona.
Hey,
Could've-
hey, remember that thing I said? There it is!
Yeah, but look at the other side. Imagine if you just look what happens afterwards. Though.
Okay, well, look, he had saying he brought the. Ah, but he's Lumberry. Ah, ha, ha.
oh yeah, oh yeah,
Ah!
I'm also
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
say, I actually think that Terra Fire Dragonite might have been better here.
Yeah.
he is.
Also,
I didn't
yeah.
think for that on this guy.
Gold?
But yeah, you're probably
Not,
right.
not even yeah for other months too, but yeah. I think if he's terrible
What the
Corona,
fuck
this,
is
it
that
just wins.
noise?
What noise?
Okay. We gotta hurry up. My computer is gonna explode.
Oh god. Okay.
Oh.
Okay, we gotta speed through this game. Alright, so he Dragonite's
Yeah.
on the Switch, which I think is really good. I mean, Terra is on the Switch, not Dragonites.
He has a Rocky Helmet Great Tusk. I don't know why he's doing this. I don't know why he like
Neither
like
is.
made himself
was-
take that multi-scale chip.
'Cause he's
Yeah, you
silly.
could have kept your multi-skill up because you're not gonna get much through Reflect on the King Gambit when your best move to hit is Fairy.
Here's Rocks. He goes Mew.
Here's Mew.
Which honestly, I mean, if you see Willow, I don't like think he would ever have a bug move. So it's like kind of
Yeah, it's
okay.
kind of rare. Kind of respect. Big respect for the big dog.
Yeah, I think the
Yeah.
Mew's fine.
And then Thunder Wave is really good. Dude, my computer's gonna fucking explode. It's literally gonna blow up. And yeah, Brick Break.
I don't know why you break.
Okay, I don't.
Bricks are
That
broken.
Brick Break did no damage.
I mean,
And
yeah,
Icicle
burned
crashed it a
not
lot.
bad. Yeah, I mean, this is just not good.
That was a
Just
good
don't-
read.
It was just
Well,
a coverage.
That's not
thing.
really a read. That's just a safe play.
Yeah,
That was a good read.
it was the more accurate move. I don't know why Calico switched there, but
Mm.
I mean,
Yeah,
he
we're
got a
gonna-
kill for his Dragonite. That's cool.
Yay. Well, he's been
At least he
he's,
revenged it.
okay. He's been getting kills for the Dragonite. The problem is he keeps sacking it.
Well, this is what happens when you get Doki the Dingus prep. Yeah, but
Mhm.
also I'm looking at the kill
What
leaders.
do
and
you
The fact
mean?
that this is the only mon with 8, like the max kills is 8, and there's nothing more than 6
Yeah.
other than that is kind of wild.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, Electrode is in and he clicks Thunder Wave and misses. But I don't think he's faster.
I think
But he
the
misses
second-
again.
I think
No.
the second one at that point that was just a really horrible position after the first miss.
Yeah. But then the second miss is just like,
'Cause
well,
even,
shit.
Even if he was paralyzed, as long as he didn't get like fully parried, he was still in multi-scale. Like this is just a horrible position.
yeah.
It's just really
God,
not fun.
what the fuck is going on here?
Is your computer still
It's fucking.
fucking
If
chugging?
if the video suddenly stops, it's because my computer exploded.
It won't. No,
Okay.
trust. It won't.
Okay, then King Gambit comes in. I don't think King Gambit's beating this thing at this point.
It can't right now just because multi-scale is still.
Gulp!
And the sucker punch
Game of the
is just
lifetime!
okay.
Shout out to Ant.
Yippee!
I will say the fact that he switched out the King Gambit earlier on it and to allow it to get that multi-skill back up,
Yeah.
did kind of create this problem.
Mm.
A
And then
bit.
Terra Ape comes in and doesn't die in one hit.
Yeah, that's like thick AV.
Too bad. You're gonna lose anyway.
He's super thick.
The last turn honestly is my favorite.
What the fuck?
I don't know why
What
that
the
didn't kill.
fuck was that?
He literally. I don't remember if that was modest, but he was power gem for the bulk and like.
I would
He
hope
was-
that you were not modest here, that you'd be timid.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Does he
'cause,
scarf?
again, he didn't like.
What's-
No, he was definitely timid. He was definitely timid.
Oh
I
my
remember.
god, fucking
yeah.
Calico, dude.
Was he Scarf?
Yeah, he was Scarf, and he was
Okay.
trying to. Yeah.
I guarantee. I don't even. Would that even do half to the Corona if it had coordinates up?
Yeah, it did.
Okay, at least that. I just love this last turn.
Why the fuck? The fuck was
You just
this?
So that the poison can get the kill.
Yeah.
Yo, like on the off chance that is like. Actually, imagine it's Resto Chesto there. Just PP stalls the entire team.
That would have been awesome. But
That
does
was
it
pretty
beat the
awesome.
Great Tusk?
It doesn't beat anything with that. Because it have no attacking.
It doesn't beat
Oh,
anything
yeah.
other than
Oh
the
yeah, it
remainder
actually
of
doesn't.
this
It doesn't do it. It beats the Mew.
Yeah, the Mew would die to bird.
All right, Calico, you suck. Your ass.
I just, I mean, oh my god, dude. It's just, there was just a lot of inaccuracy in this game. It was just kind of weird. I'm not really sure how to feel about it.
Mhm.
Definitely wasn't heartbreaking as Joey Jokes' game, but
I would argue it's. I would actually argue it's somehow more frustrating.
what?
This game actually made me more frustrated than the Joey.
Definitely
no,
not for me.
no. Actually, I'm thinking about it. I remember the Joey Jokes game. It definitely didn't. But this game
No,
this game was more embarrassing.
This game was just like some turns, like at random, were just shit.
Like what? Come on. Like Joey Jokes kept it consistent.
yeah.
This game was
Joey
just. This
Jokes
game would
had a
range from
consistent
really
good
good
first
play
half
and then
and a
really
horrible
bad
second
play.
half.
Yeah, he fucking was Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
I
go.
will say, Calico's team is really fun to build with.
It's really
He's got
good.
a fun one.
It is insanely good, the ones that he has to work with.
Mhm.
Yippee! Okay, let's watch the last game before my computer explodes.
Oh yeah.
Actually, there's not a lot to say about this one.
Yeah.
We had Raku Ashfall versus Penguin. As you will soon see, it doesn't go well for one of them.
I will
Right,
say, I think Penguin has been the coach that's most impressed me this season with how he's played. Not even this game aside. I think there was one of his previous two games. I think it might have been versus Frost. It was a pretty solid game. I think he's played pretty well. And
Penguin-
overall, I think
Penguin's
he's
been
played
up there.
pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
With his play, I think like some of his biggest weaknesses are just his defensive holes in his team. I think
Yeah.
his play has been
But
overall fine.
he's been winning fast enough.
And okay, one thing here is this is like looking at prep or like looking at the matchup. It's pretty fucking hard for Raku here. The one thing that I actually like had to say that you guys might not agree with, I think he could have gone for a trick room mode to try to win this game.
Oh well, Vinny
For
knows all
Raku-
about Trick Room with Screamtail.
So what he tried?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I actually don't disagree with you fully. I think that the part of the way the problem was the way he played the Ursaluna in general. But Ursaluna
A bit.
getting into position and getting free swaps to click normal moves, I think is good, and Trick Room's one of the ways you can do that.
Right. So yeah, the thing is, other than his flying weakness, which he tried to take advantage of with the Ursaluna, which doesn't really make sense when his only way of resisting a normal hit is just like plain Poltegeist.
And that I'm on is something.
Yeah, it's like that's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like if he got Trick Room up, he might have actually gotten like enough like stuff going.
I think in terms of being like an easier mode to play, that could have been a viable option.
Dude, it's
Mhm.
fucking
And just getting into quick
vibrating.
buttons. But yeah, I do think that the Ursaluna just in general needs to be played differently.
Yeah, like Terra Flying, if you're not gonna use it offensively, which he didn't have to like use Terra Blast, it should have been a better defensive typing. You could have found something way better than flying here.
Yeah. I think it's time to watch the game before my computer explodes.
I will also say, I think Gengar could have came, although there's like an overcall on the bench that potentially could have scared it, but it wasn't good
Yeah.
with the rest of the team. But
Yeah,
Gengar could have helped break this team too,
Yippee!
if you were that
For sure.
needing.
And he leaves Palafin and clicks flip turn and he goes Rocky Helmet Chip.
Oh no!
Ursaluna!
Which
Get solar beamed.
very interesting, not going Heat Rock, but
Yeah.
I mean, it
it's
is what it
silly.
I guess he didn't rely on Sun too much this matchup.
Clicks headlong rush.
Yeah,
he
like
gets
you should be
owned.
clicking Facade always here, like always Facade. I don't know why Headlong Rush is getting clicked.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's a 2. It's a 2, dude.
I respect the set.
The fucking grass dog does 2 damage.
through the grass knot for specifically the Ursulina. That's kind of funny.
That's-
also the Palafin, I think.
Maybe.
Ursaluna, like spikes.
Speaking of Palafin, it should definitely be grass knot this matchup.
Cool.
Yo,
Bear should really click
this
facade.
one, yo, once again, you could have just clicked facade. If you clicked facade by now, this guy would have been dead.
Yeah, he would have been gone. And I mean, rain dance is not how you beat sun. Like
Rain
trying
dance
to
is
outweather.
not. You
with
can
rain
outweather
dance?
if you have like a bomb of snow. You cannot
Yeah.
outweather with manual rain.
You have
They
to-
will
you
just
have
go
to
back and
out-resource
reset their
it.
weather. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
so
gotta
now
out-resource this. You don't set manual rain to try to beat it. It's not gonna work out.
Especially when this team isn't hard invested into it. It takes advantage of through Proto and through Chio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then.
And there were some ones on the bench, but those ones also not how you beat those.
Yeah, so this
Palafin
Palafin,
can't
I don't
beat
remember if it went
Quagsire.
banded, but it literally just couldn't touch this Quagsire. Meanwhile, if it just brought that.
This game will be over very soon.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that special could have been a funny set here, special palette.
Yeah, it definitely could have. You're right.
Otherwise, you just go taunt. Taunt, any kind of taunt set gets around Quagsire too.
Dude, it sounds like a fucking plane. Okay, I gotta pause for a second. My computer sounds like a plane right now.
Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Okay, we gotta
end
keep
this.
going. Okay, back
We gotta
to the
keep going.
game. Okay, you do this, and then it's taking a
Yeah.
nap.
So this game was like pretty slow up until the Enamorous comes in. And then then we just have it. We have the game.
Then Enamorous goes a little silly.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's no like bad plays. I think here. This is fucking crazy. The fact that this even happened is fucking insane.
Dude, it
Very funny.
lived. It
He
lived.
threw it in no sun. So if there was sun up, he would have died. But
And body press didn't kill.
that is fucking crazy that even came. That's fucking.
I
Corviknight's
think that
dead.
what happens after though is kind of I think this is your chance to put pressure on with any kind of set that you could win with here maybe. Like I
Yeah.
think that this is a turn where Haxorus kind of has to come in and
You
try.
gotta go
break.
Haxorus.
Unfortunately,
It has to set up here.
I mean, the Haxorus ended up being banded, which
Okay,
I don't think was
it-
good.
Which,
That's fair. Yeah, into
what
the
it
enam
was.
that speeds it.
yeah. But
That was your
instead-
turn where you should have went to something more offensive though, instead of doing what they did and letting the slither back in again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're just gonna click U-turn because it doesn't care about Umbreon.
Mhm.
Because Umbreon sucks.
Good. By the way, this Slytherin could have been like banded Flare Blitz in the Sunburst Corv, so that like always
Yeah.
could have happened. It was a pretty hard fucking matchup.
And here's where Enamorous starts happening.
Yeah. Thunder Waves.
Oh.
This is just a good Enamorous. I actually really just like this Enamorous.
Alright. I do like the Ice Beam.
Ice Beam Screamtail is pretty cool. I think that was nice.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Where's Palafin?
Uh-oh.
Where-
Terra flying.
Oh, Terra flying.
Uh-oh.
Where's
Palafin.
Palafin?
Uh-oh,
Where's
Umbreon.
Palafin?
Where's
Palafin's
Palafin?
not coming in. Where is he?
You need to go Palafin.
Now the sub's up and he can't break it.
Hey,
Oh,
here comes
there's
Palafin.
Palafin. Hey, what's up,
Yay.
man?
Aww.
Oh man. Oh.
Aw, nuts.
Man, that
Aw,
was
here
just
comes
nothing.
Haxorus.
Mhm.
It
was
clicks
ban-
first impression and it
It was
doesn't even
break
break
banded
the sub.
first impression.
No.
didn't break the
Okay, I just want to put out how crazy that is. This thing is banded and it still didn't break the sub.
Well, it's 4 times resist. So
It's banded Haxorus!
sub. Well, okay. I don't know. I don't know. I think I
but
still
think
think
about
I think
that.
it shouldn't have
Think
broken.
about it. Do you think if that's a neutral hit on the Enamorous, do you think that first impression should kill? If it doesn't have the resists, no.
Yeah.
It's not gonna kill it without the reason. Even if it's neutral,
Mhm.
so
I
it
think
shouldn't
it
break the
won't.
sub because that's a quarter of that.
Talk to him. That's some Pokemon mindset right there.
Okay, Penguin fucked.
Hell yeah. Penguin fought.
Penguin like annihilated. That was not close.
That was both.
I don't
play
think
and prep.
I don't think Raku's matchup was that great, but like the prep
It
wasn't
was
really
bad,
there.
but he needed to find a way to keep up his side of the pressure, and he just couldn't.
Yeah, I think the way that he tried to play it and prep it with playing so passively into that is just that's exactly what Penguin's team wants. It wants free turns. It wants to be able to take advantage of you,
Yeah.
and it absolutely will abuse those teams that play passively.
Yeah, Penguin took advantage of it. You can't play slow against Penguin's team.
Yeah, you gotta try to claim Mons fast so that you can win like a sack war later against like Slitherwing. But
Alright.
yeah.
And that's all we got to say about that game, unless anyone else has anything.
Hell yeah.
I'm good. I just want to say thank you for having me
We're
on.
not done. We gotta look at the
Oh,
standings.
You,
oh,
Vinny,
oh,
fucking.
Look at these standings.
Hell yeah.
Look at the top is McGut and
McGut.
Penguin, the homies.
Hell
Mc-
yeah.
And then following that, we got Frost and Aurora Boros, who came back for some crushing losses.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember. Frost, who did Frost lose to week one? Penguin?
I think it was Penguin.
I think it was
I think it
Penguin.
was.
And then Matrona and Raku are still,
It was a
they
close
still have
game.
2 wins.
Yeah,
Chickadee,
Matrona and Raku can definitely pull back. Seeing that they just dropped their first game.
Chickadee has
They
better
can
diff
definitely
than both
pull
of
it out.
them.
Yeah, they.
I didn't
Yeah.
even notice that.
Matrona plays Chickadee next week, and Raku plays Wesley back.
Yeah, and
So
Calico
I think, that
sucks.
I think they can both definitely recover.
Oh yeah, Chickadee 5-0'd week 1. I forgot. about that.
Chickadee, I don't. Who did Chickadee play?
He played Maniac.
Okay, and Calico sucks, so he's not gonna do any better.
Yeah,
Joseph Jokestar's comeback season is on the preface.
Yeah,
Wow.
I think that this is getting to the point where Maniac and Wesley need to pick up their first
Yeah,
wins
they
here,
gotta
otherwise
win.
the seasons are kind of doomed. And Maniac plays Penguin, and Wesley plays Raku. So
Okay, well, if we look at the
We'll see.
schedule, let's find out who everyone else is playing.
Ooh.
Wow,
McGut
you're
right.
Frost is
right.
gonna be McGut Frost is gonna be a good game.
We got Frost gonna be good. I think Aurora Boros, Joey Jokes will be good.
That game is gonna be potentially, yeah. Hopefully Joey Jokes is
Chickadee
gonna be able to-
Chickadee Matrona.
I'm very excited.
I thought you
for
said
Calico
Chickadee was
versus
playing
Ant.
Raku. Never mind, I'm stupid.
Calico versus Ant is like, it's gonna be my game of the week.
That's the funny game of the
Yeah,
week.
okay, and then we look at the things. You notice Calico is somehow kill leading with the Dragonite, even though he keeps killing it.
He has less diff
I don't
than
even
that
know.
second place.
But then,
and
but
third
then,
place.
but then, second and third place, we got the Clutch Cinderace, which got like 1 kill this week, and the goated Magnezone, followed by the Regieleki.
Oh my god.
This Samurai Hisui has been putting really good work in.
Yeah, so is
I'm not
Samurai.
gonna. Those like first 4 mons are the 4 horsemen of the kickoff division.
We got Dragonite,
100%.
Cinderace, Magnezone, Regieleki.
Oh god.
This has been a good Magnezone. It's been good.
He's been utilizing it well, I think.
Yeah.
All right, well, I think that's all we got. Now let me go find my image to fucking close it out.
Did you not? Oh, did you put the game of the week?
I did.
Okay, cool,
I'm
cool.
smart.
Hell
Mouse.
yeah. It was fun having you on, Vin. You
Thank you.
gave really nice input, and it was fun to talk to you.
Did I talk more than Calico?
Yes.
Absolutely. It wasn't even close.
All right, the video's over. Vinny, thank you for being on. Bye. My computer's gonna blow up. Ah!